Hello everyone, welcome to the Crystaly Recapped channel. And now you will hear a short retelling of the movie White as Snow. The first part of the movie is about a girl named Claire. After the death of her father, a hotel owner, Claire is left with her stepmother who inherited the entire business. The girl goes for a morning jog and is grabbed by a kidnapper. The criminal pushes the girl into the trunk and drives away. Driving along a forest road, the kidnapper tries to avoid a wild boar, which suddenly jumps out onto the road and crashes into a tree. Thanks to this, Claire manages to get out of the trunk. The girl runs through the forest, but at some point she does not understand where to go next. Claire stops and her captor catches up with her. Pointing a gun at her, she asks Claire to close her eyes. Then a shot is fired. Claire wakes up in an unfamiliar house, and a man enters the room with breakfast. According to Pierre, he was going to hunt wild boars in the forest, but instead shot a woman. He believes that Claire must have done something wrong, because no one would have killed her for no reason. The girl suggests calling the police, but Pierre is against it. He has no desire to go back to prison. Pierre leaves the room and returns with the clothes. While the girl was unconscious, Pierre undressed her and washed her clothes. After getting dressed, Claire looks around the house and meets another man, a cellist named Vincent. Listening to the music he plays, she falls asleep, but is awakened by Francois, Pierre's twin brother. The only difference is that Francois stutters a lot, unlike his brother. Pierre asks the girl to leave the house because those who are going to kill her will most likely be looking for Claire and will eventually reach this house, and the boy has no desire to meet them. The girl tries to persuade Pierre to stay here, otherwise why did he save her? Pierre himself realizes that this is illogical, but then he yells at Claire and is beaten by the girl. Pierre grabs her but then lets her go. When he returns, he kisses the girl, and Claire doesn't mind at all. In the morning, Claire leaves the house and meets Vincent and his dog. The twins are at the sawmill, and the girl doesn't want to stay home alone, so she asks the cellist to go to the vet with him. On the way back, Vincent suggests stopping at a diner. There, Claire tells him that she was fond of the violin as a child, but after an accident in which her mother died, she gave it up. Upon returning home, Vincent gives the girl a violin, sincerely believing that she should not give up music. At that moment, Pierre appears. He is unhappy that Claire left with Vincent, because now the whole town knows that a girl lives in their house, which means that the chances of finding her are only increasing. In the morning, looking out the window of her room, Claire notices Pierre chopping wood. Approaching her, Pierre begins to kiss the girl, and then they make love. Late at night, lying in her bed, Claire hears the sound of the TV. She goes downstairs and sits down on the couch next to Pierre and starts stroking his leg with her foot. After making love, the guy stammers that he is very thirsty, and Claire realizes that it was not Pierre at all, but his twin brother Francois. He realizes that he shouldn't have done it, but he just couldn't help himself, which makes the girl smile. The next day, not wanting to sit on the twins' necks, Claire gets a job at a local diner. The girl returns home and tries to call her stepmother, but as soon as she says her name, the person on the other end of the line immediately hangs up. The second part of the film takes us back exactly 1 week before these events. Claire's stepmother, Maud, is watching from the window as her lover, Bernard, helps pick up a towel that Claire has dropped. When the man comes up to Maud's room, she suggests that they no longer hide from others because her husband is no longer alive, but they need to take a break from their relationship as their feelings have faded a bit so that things don't get worse. Bernard agrees, and when Maud leaves, he calls Claire and tells her he loves her. Maud hears this from the next room. Not wanting to put up with it, she organizes Claire's elimination. After a while, the couple has lunch in a restaurant. Bernard wonders where Claire has gone, as he hasn't seen her for several days. Maud reassures him and explains that this is not the first time she has disappeared for several days. At this point, her phone rings, and it's Claire. Maud immediately turns off the phone. At the diner where Claire got a job, all the customers pay attention to the girl. A local librarian named Charles even brought his son Clement to meet the girl, and the veterinarian Sam himself is not far behind, giving Claire signs of attention. He invites the girl to go to a club in the evening, where another guy starts hitting on Claire. Sam cannot stand up for the girl, but Clement does. On the way home, Claire says that she thought Sam was strong, but he turned out to be vulnerable, but she even likes it. On the side of the road, the veterinarian stops the car and asks the girl to repeat these words again. Claire says that she likes Sam and touches his arm, then sits on top of him. In the morning, Maud arrives in town. When she notices Claire, she goes to the library and meets Charles. He admires the woman's beauty and says that she is the second angel in their town this week. Charles advises Maud to check out the church, as there are guest rooms where she can stay for a while. When Maud meets with the pastor, she tells him about her stepdaughter who has been missing for several days. After learning her name, the pastor says he knows the girl. Maud asks him not to say anything to anyone, otherwise Claire will run away again. According to the woman, the girl is angry with her because Maud did not pay enough attention to her after her father's death. The pastor offers to mediate and arrange a truce between the girl and her stepmother. In the morning, Clement joins Claire for a run. The girl likes the guy, and in general it seems that there are no men in this town that she does not like. Clement is very shy, but he tries to hug the girl, but falls to the ground. Clement gets up and runs away. Claire goes to church where she tells the pastor about her relationships with several men. The pastor tells her that there is a person in the church who wants to reconcile with Claire and takes her to see Maud. When Claire sees her stepmother, she throws herself into her embrace. According to Maud, she was able to find the girl because Claire called her, but the connection was suddenly cut off. She was able to find out from the phone number where the call came from. After telling her stepmother the details of that day, Claire expresses her desire to stay in this city, where she has made many new friends. Maud doesn't mind, and she'll stay here for a few days too. The girl has to go to work, and Maud offers to give her a ride to the city. On the way, Maud suddenly stops at the edge of a cliff on the pretext that she has a flat tire. Her stepmother asks Claire to take a look. Sneaking up on the girl, Maud is about to throw her off the cliff, but at that moment a pastor on a motorcycle approaches them. Since the plan has been foiled by an unnecessary witness, Maud drives Claire to town, suggesting that they meet up the following weekend. Unsuspecting, Claire agrees. At the diner, Charles approaches the girl. According to him, his son Clement has closed himself off from him. He snaps at him in every possible way and does not want to talk to him. Charles asks Claire to come in and talk to the boy so that he will stop behaving like this towards his father. After work, Claire comes to Clement and tells him that she loves him, and then kisses him. She goes down to the library and tells Charles that everything is fine. Sunday comes and Claire and her stepmother go on a picnic. Maud gives the girl an apple with poison in it. Just as Claire is about to take a bite, Clement appears on the lawn. She invites him to join them and gives him the apple. Maud grabs the fruit, saying she doesn't know the guy at all. Clement apologizes and leaves, and Claire puts the apple down and follows the boy, with whom she later makes love in the forest in the rain. As night falls, Maud arrives in the town where the dance is taking place. Watching Claire dance with one man and then another, her stepmother orders 2 glasses of wine. She adds a potion to one of them, but fails even here. Clement gets in her way and accidentally knocks one of the glasses out of Maud's hands. The plan doesn't work, so Maud brings her stepdaughter a drink. Then she starts to pull her so that Claire feels sick. After that, she puts the girl in the car and pretends to drive her home. Driving along a winding mountain road, Maud confesses that she was only in love once in her life, but Claire stole that love from her. After the confession, Maud opens the door and pushes the girl out of the car. Stopping, Maud walks to the edge of the cliff. After making sure that Claire is not moving, Maud walks away. The stepmother enters the church to light a candle, but accidentally sets herself on fire. Claire manages to survive. She lies in a hospital bed, and next to her are 7 men who love her. Each of them approaches the girl in turn and kisses her, after which Claire regains consciousness. This is the end of the movie. That's all for today. Subscribe and like if you want more videos like this.